Final Four in New Orleans was a magical yet distant memory. Before the home opener November 19th, that banner year was given its due. But now it's time to begin a new adventure. Arkansas State didn't have a chance against the pumped-up Gophers. 10 Gophers made the scoring column in an 82-45 rout.
Minnesota looking to run. They have a 2-on-1.
The Gophers cruised through the next 5 non-conference games until they met top-ranked LSU. The Gophers were not intimidated, especially Janel McCarville.
She's a guard with a 6'2" body.
She showed a national TV audience what Shaq can do. A then career-high 31 points weren't enough, though, as the Gophers lost 75-67. The Tigers went on to the Final Four. The team rebounded nicely in the Big Ten home opener against Northwestern. Shannon Schoenrock rang up a quick 5 points with a 3, steal, and breakaway layup. It was that kind of hustle and balanced scoring that led to a 62-44 statement. On January 2nd, the University of Minnesota honored one of its all-time greatest student athletes, Lindsay Whalen. Gopher guard April Calhoun had a Lindsay-like game, finishing with 7 steals, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, and 10 points. Just as important, her 4.0 in the classroom. It helped the junior receive the Big Ten Sportsmanship Award, as well as ESPN The Magazine Academic All-America Third Team honors. The Gophers took their show on the road to Madison. The Badgers had no answer for the question, how do you stop Janel McCarville?
McCarville, very dangerous.
Great screen. What a
Breaking
great
the line. McCarville makes it work for Boulder.
15 points, 17 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 blocks. A well-balanced Shaq attack.
Look at the move.
While McCarville was a force inside, several Gophers gave the Badgers fits from the outside. Minnesota improved to 3-0 in the Big Ten, 74-49.
Battle physically, conquer mentally.
The Gophers took a break from conference play, hosting one of the top defensive teams in the country, New Mexico.
From behind, she'll take it all the way in.
Instead, it was the Gophers' defense that rose to the challenge with 13 steals and 6 blocks, while forcing the Lobos to shoot just 25%. New Mexico was holding opponents to under 50 points a game, but Minnesota scored 75 with scoring input from 12 players.
Rebound and putback, Natasha Williams.
It was a great opportunity for several reserves, like freshman Natasha Williams, to spread their wings. Katie Alsdorf, a junior from Forest Lake, hit a 3-pointer and totaled 5 points. Eden Prairie junior Christina Collison got in the act, as did freshman center Lauren Lacey. But the highlight of the day was this 3-point shot.
Hannah, look out! She hits a 3! Oh, the barn is exploding!
Hannah Gary, the 5'5" junior walk-on from Stewartville, drained her first 3-pointer as a Minnesota Gopher.
Out to Schoenrock for 3.
4 nights later, the Gophers returned to Big Ten action with a trip to West Lafayette. And the Boilermakers felt like they were hit by a rock. Shannon Schoenrock, that is.
And a long 3, shooter's touch for Schoenrock.
Shoney nailed 7 of 11 3-pointers and moved into second place in school history for career 3-pointers made. Schoenrock scored 25, but was not alone in her pursuit of Purdue. A stingy Gopher defense held Purdue to 38 total points. The Gophers got out to a quick start against the Wolverines of Michigan. Freshman Lauren Lacey displayed some of her talents and gave fans a peek into the post-Shaq era. The next game became Kelly Roisland Day at Williams Arena. The sophomore from Boston, Minnesota was near perfect against Illinois.
Here's a high percentage one, 8 for 8.
Not only did the reserve guard hit her first 8 shots, Roisland nailed a trio of three-pointers and led the team with 19 points. More importantly, Roisland and the Gophers beat Illinois 80-68 to improve to 6-1 in the conference. In the next home date, the Gophers welcome their neighbors from the south, Iowa.
Jamie Broback, coast to coast.
Some welcome. Jamie Broback broke the backs of the Hawkeyes with 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 steals.
Three-pointer made from Jamie Broback. And the Gophers have something going here in the second half. They're now built a 21-point lead.
The Gophers held Iowa to 36% from the floor and 50 points. Minnesota scored 81 to go 7-2.
Under the 4-minute mark of the half now. Schoenrock.
After a disappointing loss at home to Michigan State, the Gophers got their groove back. 5 Gophers hit double figures against Purdue, but were once again led by Shannon Schoenrock's deadly three-point shooting. Shoney was 4 of 4 from beyond the arc. In yet another strong defensive effort, the Gophers beat the Boilermakers 71-49.
You gotta love this. What unselfish play. Awesome.
Not gonna snip, even from the beginning of the game.
For the final home game of the regular season, Pam Borton was wired and ready.
Get in there. Yeah! Come on, let's get right on this side now. Get up. Go! Straight up. Stay up. We want a motion down there. We need to have a post pressure, and we don't have one. You gotta get in there and get wide and get big. All right?
The game against Wisconsin was special for Borton because it was the last time she would coach Janel McCarville in a regular season game at Williams Arena. Over 14,000 strong attended Senior Day, and the lone senior turned the barn into a love shack.
Inside, Shaq goes to work and hits her first shot of the game. McCarville, the spin right to the lane. McCarville off the dribble, take the jump shot. What a touch from Shaq.
Shaq hit 14 of 20 for a career-high 33 points, adding 14 rebounds. What a way to go out.
I would also like to thank the coaching staff, especially Pam and Dave, for everything they've given me. Work with me every day, obviously, to improve, and as you can see, they've done a good job.
The Gophers finished with a school record 12 wins in the Big Ten and entered the tournament as the 4th seed.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
But Minnesota had some unfinished business. Win a Big Ten quarterfinal game for the first time. Purdue lost twice to the Gophers by an average of 21 points, but Minnesota had to earn every point this time around. McCarville scored 22 with 9 rebounds and 4 assists, and Jamie Broback reached a career-high 28, a school record for a Big Ten tourney game. But their biggest points came when they were needed most. Down by 5 with just 2:48 remaining, the Gophers refused to lose another tournament quarterfinal. Broback's three-point play keyed a 9-0 run.
At the basket. And one from Broback.
Good penetration led to a McCarville jump shot.
The dish to McCarville coming down the lane. 59.3 as Minnesota regains the lead.
The Gophers held the lead thanks to a clutch touch from the stripe. 71-68 Minnesota.
It's a little different. We've never made it this far. Last year, we did make it to the semifinals. It's just awesome. We're playing together right now, and it's tournament time. It's what we need to do, and I think that today we put a full game together.
Next up, the #1 seed, Ohio State.
Last time we played them, we were kind of just got kicked out of their gym, and I think that'll be a good game. We're ready to go, and I think that they're an aggressive team, and it'll come down to who wants it more.
At first, it appeared Ohio State wanted it more, taking an 18-8 lead. However, the Gophers found their rhythm. A 17-7 run knotted the score at 25.
McCarville. Count it. And Minnesota has come back to tie once again and a chance to grab the lead.
In the second half, McCarville's three-point play put the Gophers in front 34-33. But the Buckeyes regained control, forcing the Gophers to play catch-up. April Calhoun's coast-to-coast layup narrowed the gap to 2.
Calhoun all the way to the rim. 2-point game.
A Roisland jump shot from the corner kept the Gophers within pace until there were 41 seconds to play.
The 16 on the shot clock. McCarville. Tie game. 41.9. The game is tied.
In overtime, Shaq outmuscled Jessica Davenport of Ohio State, whose blocked shot turned into 2 points. The Buckeyes were pounded by the relentless 1-2 punch of McCarville and Broback. Kelly Roisland, the team's leading free throw shooter, sealed the upset 66-63.
And the Minnesota Golden Gophers will play for the championship for the first time ever in the Big Ten tournament.
Against Michigan State, the Gophers struggled from the floor and found themselves down once again by an 18-8 margin. Liz Podominic scored the team's first 2-point basket with 2:16 left in the half. Despite that, the Gophers were down by only 5 at the break. They rediscovered their stroke in the second half and eventually took a 39-34 lead on Broback's 3.
Broback for 3, are you kidding?
Shannon Bolden forces the bad pass, and April Calhoun makes good on it, 47-42.
Calhoun just steps in and gets the freebie. He's like, oh, look what I found.
However, the Spartans hit several big shots in the final minutes to pull out a 55-49 victory. But the Big Ten experience would be valuable to Minnesota. Now it was time to wait and see how the NCAA Selection Committee felt about that experience.
Crowd behind it. Go!
Once again, the Barn would host the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament. St. Francis was the first team to feel the thunder of Williams Arena.
Schoenrock up with the night's first three-pointer.
Shannon Schoenrock got the party started with, of course, a 3.
McCarville the block.
Shaq blocked 5 shots, setting a school record with 195. This one starting in April Calhoun fast break for a 10-point lead.
April Calhoun, baseline to baseline.
The margin was 7 at halftime, but the Gophers were not satisfied. The dynamic duo of McCarville and Broback rattled off the first 12 points of the second half, and the rest of the game was a feeding frenzy. 10 Gophers contributed to the scoring column, including a couple of big buckets from Liz Podominic.
Podominic for 3.
64-33, the fewest points allowed by the Gophers in the NCAA era. Credit was given where credit was due.
Broback with another steal and breakaway.
The atmosphere here, the Gopher fans, it's incredible. It definitely is to our benefit. You know, I feel sorry for teams that have to come in and play here, but, you know, we'll take it.
Our fans have always been like a sixth man on the court for us. They're so loud, and they really get us going. We feed off of them, and they feed off of us. And I think, you know, St. Francis hadn't had to play against 12,000 people before rooting against them, so I think there was definitely an advantage for us tonight.
But the big question was, what's with the cornrows?
Yeah, I don't know. That kind of was just last second, you know. I think Kelly kind of started that and thought it looked cool, so me and Broback did it as well.
It's just a new look, you know. It's tourney time, so just figured we get a good look.
6th-seeded Virginia was not as intimidated by the fans. The Cavaliers hit 4 threes early in the game for a 17-12 lead. McCarville was in foul trouble, but the Gophers had been here before. They caught fire and went on a 13-3 run.
Schoenrock, another 3.
By halftime, the Gophers led 34-28. Playing without Shaq did not shake the Gophers.
A couple games early in the season or in the Big Ten season, she went out with foul trouble, and you know we were able to maintain a lead But I think this is different in the sense that it's an NCAA tournament against a very good athletic team, and I think it just shows a lot about the potential of this team in the future.
In that future is Liz Podominic. The sophomore from Lakeville scored 8 in 16 minutes, her most extensive action in over a month.
Podominic up over Krieger.
I felt pretty good this game. I think I had a lot of adrenaline going, and the crowd was behind, and I just knew that I needed to step up.
In the second half, McCarville returned to the court with a vengeance. Virginia gained momentum and got to within 5. Then Shaq set the pick heard round the nation.
No ball in the backcourt.
That was awesome. You know what? We've been waiting for another one of those. We just run our people off her, and she stands there and is solid. So, I mean, I wouldn't like to be on the other end of it, but I'm glad she's on my side.
I don't mean to hurt anybody or anything like that, but, just want to put a little inkling in the back of their mind to know that somebody's going to be there. And I think she got that, that little inkling in the back of her head for about 5 minutes.
Momentum shifted back to the Gophers. Jamie Broback hit 3 of her game-high 23 during a 10-0 surge that was capped off by a Bolden bolt.
Three-pointer Shannon Bolden.
McCarville put the Gophers ahead by 21 with 5.5 remaining. The Cavaliers took another charge at the lead, but Shannon Schoenrock put an end to that.
Schoenrock with the 3, and now even the coach cannot deny it. Minnesota will not be denied.
Minnesota becomes one of 6 teams going to the Sweet 16 for the 3rd straight year.
And the best era in Minnesota women's basketball history continues.
The program is among the elite, but these aren't a bunch of farm girls from Minnesota either.
I think that's what a lot of teams think about us. I think they overlook us a lot because they think, we're not as athletic as them, and, we're from Minnesota and all that stuff, but I think they don't realize the work ethic that we have on this team and the continuity that we have.
Teams try to think of us as not athletic, but I mean, if you look at Janel and Broback inside, I mean, how many teams can say they have athletic post players like that? And, I think that, the guards on the outside are athletic as well, so, I think maybe we're deceivingly athletic, but we'll take it.
They may not be farm girls, but they all grow cornrows.
They peer pressured me, and I couldn't be the only one without it, so it looks pretty cute, so I like it.
So it was time to load up the bus for another road trip. No complaints from the team, though. After all, they were going to the Sweet 16 in sunny Tempe, Arizona. However, waiting for them, the Baylor Bears. Led by tremendous defensive pressure, the Bears jumped out to a 13-3 lead. The Gophers did not panic. Minnesota found its range. Shoney's 3 tied the single-season school record and narrowed the gap to 1. In the second half, McCarville gave the Gophers their first lead.
McCarville with a great feed from close range, and Minnesota has taken a 1-point lead.
The teams traded blows and the game remained tight until Sophia Young gave the Bears an 8-point lead with 12:14 left. The Gophers took their shots at Baylor's lead.
Right back up and in, and a nice feathery touch.
McCarville's steal led to a Kelly Roisland fast break, cutting the lead to 4. Shaq broke the school career record with her 49th double-double, but the Gophers could not overtake Baylor, losing 64-57. For the 2nd straight year, the Gophers' season was ended by the eventual national champion. Overall, 5 of the Gophers' 8 losses this season were to Final Four participants. Despite the disappointment, the team's attitude remained positive.
We've got to be really proud for what these kids have accomplished this year, and I think at the end of last year, a lot of people really doubted this team and what we were going to be able to do without Lindsay, and I think we've really proved a lot to what this team's all about.
Obviously we did a lot of things this year and, advanced to Sweet 16, so, we've accomplished so much and we can't just judge it on this one loss.
2-time WBCA Kodak All-American and John Wooden Award finalist Janel McCarville departs as the only Gopher to rank in the top 5 of 5 major statistical categories. Shaq leaves behind a legacy and many talented teammates like Shannon Schoenrock. Shoney's 73 three-pointers tied Lindsay Leeser for most in a single season, and next year she could pass Leeser as the school's all-time three-point shooter. While she's at it, Shannon could become the most accurate. Schoenrock was named All-Big Ten honorable mention, as was Jamie Broback. The sophomore was also selected All-Big Ten tournament. The team's second leading scorer and rebounder led the Gophers in scoring 7 straight games down the stretch. As a team, several records were smashed, including wins, opponent scoring and field goal percentage, three-point shooting, and rebounds. All that and more gives Gopher fans a reason to believe in more Golden Magic to come.
And perhaps a future star, Leslie Knight, finishes off